System loading. Today you're about to simulate the life of an imperial circuit magistrate in the 17th century Holy Roman Empire. Ready or not, it's already begun. You are 32 years old. You studied law. Your wife died of plague last year. No children. You wear a dark floor-length jurist's robe with dark fur trim at the collar and cuffs. An iron cross hangs around your neck. Third month on the circuit. Ahead lies a village called Straubingen. You open the dossier. You read the accusation. You close it. You think you're just enforcing the law. The Lord waits at his manor gate. He leads you inside. A servant brings ale. He sits across the table and tells you witches are ruining the village. Cows give bloody milk. Wheat turns black. You open the dossier. One accusation, signed by the Lord's stable hand. You ask for other witnesses. The Lord says, "He's honest, never lies." You nod. You close it. The accused is Elsa Muller, a widow, 2 acres. She denies everything. You say you were seen walking into the forest alone under a full moon. She says, "My house was cold. I gathered firewood." You say, "White powder was found in your home." She says, "Flour. I bake bread." You open the Malleus and read the procedure. If confession is withheld, pressure may be applied. She falls silent. You lift the quill. Your quill scratches the parchment. Your name seals her fate. After all, you're only enforcing the law. You leave Straubingen. You go to the next village, and the next. You pass through villages, manors, gray fields. For 3 months, you do not think of her face. You do not even think of her name. You just ride, sign, ride. Then one day, at a roadside way station, a letter finds you. Elsa Muller was executed. Her 2 acres, reclaimed by lawful judgment. You try to picture her face. You find that you only remember how she spoke. You stare at the page where your name sits. It's raining outside. You realize for 3 months you hadn't thought of her once. This letter is making you start to think. 6 years, 9 villages, 23 files. The lords all tell the same stories. Witchcraft, blight, the need for judgment. You've gotten efficient. Sign, close, move on. You don't look at the accused face anymore. Not because you're heartless, you've seen enough. You just don't see the point. One autumn, you pass through a village churchyard. A broken stone. Names carved on it. All women, all the same year. At the bottom, their lands henceforth belong to Lord von Stein. You kneel down, brush away the moss. 6 names. You copy them onto paper. You request the von Stein land records. Under the authority of an imperial audit. The Lord's face tightens, but he can't refuse. Page by page, 6 names. Each one marked land reclaimed by lawful judgment. The dates match their executions. You close the ledger. Hand on the cover. You stand there for a long time. That night you go to the village church. You kneel. You mean to pray. But when you open your mouth, no words come. You stare at the crucifix, half lit by candle. You keep thinking about that ledger. 6 names, 6 plots. You didn't take them, but your signature is there. You tell yourself you didn't know, but you know, the law knows, and God knows. Later, you come to another village. The accused is Martha Huber. Her daughter Anna hides behind her. You recognize the signature on the accusation, the same stable hand who followed the von Steins across 3 villages. Martha denies everything. You open the Malleus. You plan to follow procedure. You lift the quill, over 30 times before. The church bell rings. Your hand freezes. You hear a quiet sound in the corner. Little Anna, biting her knuckles in terror. The quill hovers endlessly. You hear yourself say, "Adjourned. I'll verify the testimony." You meet the stable hand alone. You slide the list from the gravestone across the table. He looks at it. His face turns pale. Silence. Then he whispers, "My lord, I only said what I was ordered to say." You return to your quarters and open the Malleus. You turn to the passage on the application of pressure. It reads, "For the salvation of the soul, the pain of the body is of little account." You read it once. You read it twice. The third time, your eye stops on the words, "salvation of the soul." You've read those words countless times, but tonight, they feel borrowed. You stop thinking. You close the book. You look at the cross on the wall and look away. That night you line up the gravestone names, the land ledger, and the testimony. Every single line matches. You organize 3 sets of records. You copy 2 complete sets. One stays with you. One goes into an envelope addressed to the Imperial Law Review Tribunal. You sit staring at the unsealed envelope. You realize, if this letter leaves, you can no longer pretend you were just following orders. You are turning imperial law against a lord, and in writing this letter, you are also turning it against yourself. Your hands seal it anyway. You don't mail it in secret. You walk into the Lord's study and set the envelope on his desk. You say, "This has not been sent yet. I give you 3 days to report yourself to the Empire." The Lord stands, face flushed red, shouting that this will destroy him. You look at him and say, "I know." 3 days later, you leave. Martha is moved from the dungeon to monastery custody. You ride past without stopping. Behind you, a soft voice whispers, "Thank you." You never look back. 10 years. You no longer read the Malleus. You no longer pray as a judge. You sweep floors. Winters are cold, summers cool. Wildflowers grow by the wall. An apple tree stands in the yard. You used to think you were an instrument of the law. Now you know, you are just a man. All you can do is sweep the floor and gather the fallen fruit. One autumn afternoon, a knock. You set down the broom and open the door. A young woman stands there with a child and a basket. You stare at her for a long time. It's Anna. She recognizes you. She says, "My mother passed 2 years ago. She wanted me to find you and say thank you." She stays for a while. As she leaves, she looks back once. You look back at her. Silence. You close the door. You keep sweeping. You pile the fallen fruit by the wall. They rot into the dirt. Next year, something new will grow. Every morning you sweep. Every evening you sit by the door watching the distance. That night you sit at the table. You find the old quill at the back of the drawer. You open a blank notebook. You mean to write down every single name, everyone you signed, everyone executed, everyone erased. But as you hold it, you notice the tip is dry. You sit there for a long time. Finally, you close the notebook. You set the quill down. You never pick it up again.